Okay. All right.
Do you
Jane,
guys need me to keep time by chance or no?
I'm sorry.
Do you need me to keep time or are you good?
We'll be good. We'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right, Jane, it's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Just to let you know, this is our last interview. How have things been going?
Things have been going pretty good. I've been pretty busy with it being around the holidays.
Yeah, it's a very busy time of year.
Mm.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It's interesting. My mother actually invited me out. It's been 2 years since I went out there for Thanksgiving.
Oh wow, that's a really big step. Considering in the past you were talking about reconciling with your family.
Mm-hmm.
How were the emotions and feelings about seeing your parents again?
I was very surprised that she invited me out directly. But I was overall happy to see everyone. It's been a while. It was nice to see everyone for the holidays.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. And did you see your siblings as well?
Yep.
And when was the last time you saw them? Was it 2 years or?
I've been sort of seeing them off and on, but I haven't saw my parents in the past 2 years.
Okay. And were you expecting to be invited, or was it just completely out of the blue?
It was out of the blue.
Okay. And how did you feel other than, it was good? Was it stressful?
It was.
Very stressful. Do you know why?
I think it's because like me and my parents haven't seen each other in so long, kind of put up tension.
And besides that tension that you were feeling, did you feel any anxiety because you wanted to get some things off your chest, or?
No, not really. We chose not to really worry about that stuff since it's the holidays.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I think that's great that you were able to see them again, and everything seemed to be okay besides the stress and the anxiety. And how are you and your husband doing?
We're doing pretty good.
That's really good to hear. And are you still talking to him and confiding in him about like your stress, or?
He's been pretty busy with work, so I choose not to burden him with that issue. So I've been dealing with it on my own.
Okay. So you've had no outlet, no other friends to talk to?
No, I
about how
have
you're feeling?
friends that I talk to.
Okay. So you're not completely alone?
No.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear. It's horrible to be isolated, and he seemed like a good support. So that sounds really good. All right. The last time you were here, we discussed a couple of goals. One of them being you stopping smoking cigarettes. How are you doing with that?
I've been doing pretty good with it. I've noticed I've been getting withdrawals. I've been more irritable and then more like short-tempered, I guess.
Right. Yeah, those are very common symptoms with the withdrawal phase of quitting. Are they less severe than if you just quit cold turkey like you have in the past?
I want to say like I'm fine up until around like the 2 week point
Until the
with
2 week?
it,
Okay.
and then I just tend to relapse with it.
Okay. And when we were talking about this goal, I gave you a couple objectives that you can do. One was finding an alternative. I believe one was some nicotine gum or patches. Which one are you
The gum.
using? Okay, the gum. Yeah, that's a really good way about going, because you don't have that tar and you don't have the smoke, like smoky smell from cigarettes. So I'm sure that's a good thing to get away from. And the second goal we were discussing was about you getting into, family therapy and talking with your parents about how it was for you growing up and all the stress you had to endure because you kind of took over the parental role in your family. How's that going?
Well, I'm in individual counseling right now, and I did bring it up with my younger siblings about family counseling, and the three of us agreed that it would be better if we all went first instead of inviting my parents out.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a really good way of doing it. I don't think you have to dive into it all at once. I think that's a lot of stress. And So yeah, we were talking about you going to like a one-on-one counselor, so you can kind of break the ice a little bit more and get some things off your chest. Have you been, you said you were going to those, correct?
Yep.
And how's that going?
It's been going pretty good. It's only been like the first couple of sessions over there. But I'm definitely seeing more progress with my outlook.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. When you first came into the first interview we did, you seemed very stressed out about how you're going to approach this and how this is going to end up being, and it was just a lot of stress on you. So on a scale 1 to 10, from our first interview to this interview, do you feel like your stress is going down? 1 being it's not that stressed anymore, and 10 being you're very stressed still.
Like a 4 or 5.
4, okay, yeah, you're going down. I believe the first or second interview, you were saying you're about like a 7 or an 8, which is a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So that's really good to hear. I think you're really determined. I mean, we've made a lot of progress since you first got here. And you were saying that for your second goal now, you and your siblings are going to family therapy, correct?
Yeah, we don't want the parents to come with us and knock down any progress that we would have made.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of doing it. I think it's very smart of you. And how is that going with your siblings?
Well, I just brought the idea up with them. We haven't actually
Oh,
put
you
it
haven't?
into action yet.
Okay, all right. And what did they say when you brought it up? Were they
We're all
for it?
for it.
Oh, well, that's really good to hear. It seems like you guys have a really good dynamic. And do you think later down the line, after a few sessions, you'll finally bring in your parents?
It's hard to say because I don't want them to feel bad at the same time.
Your siblings or your parents?
The
feel
parents.
bad?
Yeah.
Like you don't want your parents to feel bad? You said?
Well, like in family therapy, like I don't want them to feel bad. Like everything was like their fault
Right.
for how the household was.
Yeah, yeah, now I understand. Okay, so I think if once you and your siblings go to a couple and you break the ice a little bit more, like you're saying with the one-on-one, it's kind of getting easier and easier as you go. I think with going with your siblings first and them understanding, and then bringing in your family for maybe 1 or 2, it will be a lot easier than just all diving in it all at once. Well, this is our last session, and I really want you to focus on those goals. I think you're doing a very great job at them so far. And if you have any future stresses, you feel like, say, you're going to relapse again with smoking cigarettes, you can always give me a call. I'm always happy to help you. And I think with your determination and your resiliency, you're going to really power through and meet these goals. So it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
All righty.
Good job, guys. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm still typing.
All right. There's something on the screen here.
That's y'all recording.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Give me like 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're all right. Weird angles sometimes.
Okay. All right, Mackenzie, I am ready for you.
All right.
Tom, nice to see you.
Hi,
again.
it's very nice to see you again.
How have things been?
They've been a lot better. Everything is sort of just seeming to fall in place. I mean, the first time I came in here, I was very, very stressed out. I was almost losing my job. They kind of put me on a suspension, and just I don't know, you and I, you were able to help me work through a lot. So
I feel like we made a lot of progress within these sessions.
yeah, it's been really good.
So how are things at home going?
Good. Like I said before, me and my fiance, we finally got a wedding date. But then she kind of gave me the ultimatum that I had to really cut back on my drinking and almost stopped drinking because she didn't want to get married to, a drunk,
Right.
which is completely understandable. And I'm kind of glad she did that because it gave me more motivation to finally quit drinking and kind of open my eyes and realize like how bad I really got with my drinking.
So before I suggested couples counseling, did you guys end up going to that?
Yeah, we've done a couple sessions. The first one was like a little awkward, but the second one was a lot better. And I think it's really improving our relationship.
That's great.
It feels like a really safe environment for us to come forward with any problems or any stressors we have. So I'm really glad we're doing it. And the referral you gave me was really good. The person's really nice. So yeah, I thank you for that.
So with work, have you noticed like your stress level increasing, decreasing? Because I noticed with your work, you're talking about how you can't really make mistakes with it, thinking.
Yeah, so the whole work situation, so like I said, I was borderline suspended until I fix, my issues and get them all in order. It's been going really well, slow but steady pace. I'm not showing up hungover anymore like I was doing, and that was like the biggest thing because I can't mess anything up because I'm dealing, people's money and I'm putting the bank on the line. So I'm not showing up hungover anymore. My boss sees that, and he's really proud of me for trying to turn my life around. So I still have some work to do, obviously, but I'm heading in the right direction.
On average, do you say like your alcohol intake has increased or decreased?
Well, since the first interview, I was drinking an insane amount. I would practically drink 2 full bottles in a day, and would black out at some points. And my my fiance would find me just passed out with a bottle. But since then, I only have a couple drinks on the weekend to kind of celebrate me getting through the week. So yeah, I've really cut down on my drinking, which is really, really good.
Do you still get those urges to indulge in drinking or?
Yeah, I still get the urges, but before the urge would kind of take over and it would kind of control me and I would have to drink. But now it feels like the tables have kind of turned, if you will. And now I'll get an urge, but now I feel like I have control over the urges now. So one, that's just a great feeling because I feel like I'm not helpless anymore. So yeah, I've really cut back and the urges are going down.
That's great. And I also did refer you to Alcoholics Anonymous. Have you looked into that?
Yeah, I took your referral and I went to one meeting so far. With the holidays, Thanksgiving, it was hard to get in. But yeah, I went to one meeting and it was really good. I have a positive outlook on it. Like I said, after college, I haven't had really big social life anymore. So it's kind of nice to get into a group of people and just being in a social setting. And it's been really good because I know I'm not alone in this anymore. I always thought it was just me and I was just a messed up person and I'm being controlled by a substance. So I viewed myself as a weak person. So now seeing that other people are going through it and hearing their stories and whatnot, it made me feel a lot better.
That is great that you feel like you belong in that group.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna keep going to them. I think that'd be a really good goal for me to do. I'm thinking about maybe like twice a week.
Twice a week?
Yeah. Or sorry, once every 2 weeks.
Once every 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Sorry.
As you do know, this is our last session. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's been very nice talking to you. It's nice because this is, I guess, a small social setting, and so it's been really great. And the first time I came in, I was a little discouraged that this would work or I would change it all, but ever since the beginning, I've been on a positive path, and I expected to not have any outcome at all. So it's been really beneficial.
Well, you're a very strong and determined individual, so many
Thank you.
positive things have came your way through this journey. Do you feel like you would need more sessions in the future? Are you ready to transition on?
I think for now, I'm on the right path, and since I've been going to, couples counseling with my fiance, she's now being a bigger support in my life, and I know I have her to kind of fall back on just in case I decide to hop back on the wagon, if you will, with my drinking. But going forward, I think I'll be okay on my own. But if I ever need, your resources again or see you again, I can always contact you again. Right?
Yep, the door is always open.
Okay, good. All right.
And you're all set.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
No problem.